Hello, today we are unlocking a secret behind fast and efficient AI, quantization. Ever wondered how massive AI models can feel so snappy even on everyday devices? Quantization is big part of that magic and we are about to see how. So, what is quantization? It is all about making the numbers inside an AI model simpler using fewer bits to store them. Think of it as rounding numbers, but for a complex math inside an AI. But why should we bother with this? Well, modern AI models can have billions of parameters. Storing all of those parameters with high precision takes a lot of space and processing power. Quantization tackles this by making the models smaller, which is easy to store and download, and making them and speeding up their inference. That is when the models make the prediction or generate something faster, and also reducing memory and the compute power that it needs so that they can run on less powerful hardware. Now, a quick thought for you. Why might a huge model be difficult to run on a laptop or a mobile device? Consider the limits of everyday tech compared to giant data centers. What is the main goal of quantization, especially for generative AI like chatbots or image creators? It is about making these powerful tools more accessible and practical. Quantization allows us to run more complex LLMs on edge devices like your phone or standard CPUs. This is huge. It means AI isn't just for supercomputers anymore. It also means faster responses from your AI without a huge drop in how smart it is. And a fantastic side effect is lower energy consumption. Less complex math means less power, which is great for batteries and the planet as a whole. Essentially, it is a game changer for deploying AI in the real world, especially where resources are tight. Let's get a bit more technical on how quantization actually works. Normally, AI models are trained using FP32 and 32-bit floating point numbers. These are very precise with a lot of decimal points. With a lot of decimal places, it is great for learning. But for running this model or inferencing this, that much precision can be overkill. Quantization converts this FP32 numbers to lower precision formats. Common ones you will hear about are intake, which is 8-bit integers. This is super efficient for CPUs. Then there is FP16 or BF16, which are 16-bit floating point numbers. Still, it is still precise, but half the size of FP32. Why are these faster? Simpler number means simpler math for the computer chip, leading to a greater calculation. The results smaller model, fast operations, and ideally only a tiny dip in how well the model performs. It's like switching from very detailed map to a slightly simpler one that still gets you where you want to go, but faster. Types of quantizations. First, post-training quantization. This is like taking a fully baked cake, which is your trained model, and then trying to make it a bit smaller and more efficient. You apply quantization after the model is already trained. It is generally easier to do, but sometimes the model can lose a bit more accuracy. Second, quantization aware training. Here, the model learns during the training that it will eventually be quantized. It is like baking the cake, knowing it needs to fit into a slightly smaller box. So you adjust the recipe as you go. This usually results in better accuracy for the quantized model, but it is more complex training process. The model essentially learns to be robust to the lower precision from the start. Here is something to ponder. Why might training with quantization awareness be more accurate? Think about how the model can adapt if it knows the constraint beforehand. Let's clearly list the major wins or benefits of using quantization. These are pretty compelling. You can reduce the model size dramatically, often by 4 times or even more. Imagine a 4 GB model shrinking to 1 GB model. That's a huge difference for storage, download times. It allows those powerful LLMs to run on everyday CPU and mobile device. This truly democratizes bringing it out of the data center and into your hands. It significantly reduces latency, meaning faster responses responses for real-time app. No one likes a laggy chatbot, and it saves bandwidth and storage, which means cost for deploying and updating models. Common precision levels. Let's revisit common precision level because you will see these terms a lot. FP32. This is the gold standard for training maximum detail. FP16, half the size of FP32, great for speeding up training and for efficient inferencing. You will also see BF16 or BFloat16, which is another 16-bit format popular in AI hardware. Then there is Int8 or 8-bit. It uses whole numbers. It is super fast for inferencing on CPUs and many edge devices. Interestingly, researchers are even pushing boundaries with Int4 or even binary network, 1 bits, 1 or 2 bits, though these are more specialized ones. Quantization is absolutely transforming large language models and generative AI. Many popular models you have heard, like GPT, Llama, Falcon, have quantized versions available. This is often thanks to vibrant open source community and platforms. Hugging Face, a major hub for models, provide many quantized job tools like GGML powered by LLM Llama.cpp are specifically designed to run these huge models efficiently on consumer hardware. It heavily relies on quantization. This means you can run powerful chatbots and AI assistants right on your laptop or phone. No expensive GPUs needed. Think about the privacy benefits too. If the model is locally run, your data doesn't always have to go to the cloud. Now, business oriented question for you. Why would a startup, often on a tight budget, prefer a quantized LLM over a full size one? Consider cost, user experience, and reach. Now, it is not all magic. Quantization has its trade-offs and limitations. The most common one is potential small drop in accuracy or output quality. By simplifying the numbers, some nuance can be lost. For some very deep or sensitive models, quantization can sometimes lead to instability. The model might not behave as predictably. You might also encounter compatibility issues with certain software libraries. Not every tool supports every quantization method perfectly, though this is improving fast. This all means you absolutely need to carefully evaluate your model after you quantize it. One specific risk is something called catastrophic forgetting. For certain tasks, if quantization isn't handled well, the model might lose some of its learned abilities. So, the golden rule is test your model's performance after quantization. Let's look at where quantization shines in real world. On-device chatbots like private AI assistant are a prime example. Running locally means faster responses and better privacy for your data. Real-time responses like a customer support need to be snappy. Quantization helps you achieve that low latency for the smoother user experience. Think about embedded AI in smart devices or mobile health apps. These often have very limited processing power and battery life, making quantization essential. Even large-scale GenAI APIs benefits by using quantization to lower their server cost. This can make advanced AI services more affordable for everyone. Now, reflect on your own idea. Where could quantization make an application you imagine faster or cheaper? Think about any scenario where AI meets resource limits. Let's wrap up with key takeaways on quantization. First, quantization reduces numerical precision to make AI models smaller and faster. It is a core of AI quantization. It is core optimization technique. Formats like FP16 and INT8 are common choices depending on the specific requirements. A major impact is that it enables AI on CPUs, mobile devices, and it is limited and in other limited environments. And crucially, it is balancing act, performing gains, and maintaining model accuracy. Here is a scenario to consider. You are deploying a chatbot on mobile app with limited RAM. Would you use a quantized model? Why and why not? Think about direct benefits for that specific use case. And a final, very important point for discussion. What risks might arise from using an overly quantized model in critical systems? Imagine AI in healthcare for self-driving cars. If precision loss leads to errors, the stakes are incredibly high. This highlights why throughout testing and understanding the limits are so vital. You now have a solid grasp of what quantization is and why it is cornerstone of modern AI development.